We didn't start subreddits, but we try to bring you the best stories and edits. Okay, I know that was probably very cringy, but let me know which song you want me to do next down in the comments, and hit like if you enjoyed that mini kazoo time. But let's get right on with the funny Reddit posts and continue. Today we're starting with some rSlash malicious compliance by user Shivering Songs. Follow my financial advice? Sure thing, boss. I got a management job in a small business by accident about 2 years ago. Someone got fired, a replacement bailed, and the job landed on my lap. Since then, my responsibilities have been increasing monthly, with my pay stayed stagnant at just a bit higher than the minimum wage. There are over a dozen responsibilities on my plate that only I can do at this point. Even the business owner calls me for help if I take a day off. They need me very much there. Where I live, management jobs are generally about 1.8 times the minimum wage to start. I make 1.4 times the minimum wage. I have been budgeting, reviewing my finances, and budgeting some more. Trying to pay down debt so I can comfortably afford to have kids and maybe a house in 4 years' time. Despite my best efforts, at my current pay, it will take me 6 years to reach this goal. I approached my boss about a raise several weeks ago. He delayed the discussion multiple times, finally giving in and giving all senior employees a 6% raise and implementing a bonus structure for meeting sales targets. Of all those employees, I am the only one whose work directly impacts the sales targets. The fixed rate was of under $1 per hour, and the bonus scheme, if I worked my butt off more than ever before, would work out to around another $1 per hour on months that the target was reached. This total still has me under the pay rate for general management in my area, and doesn't account for all the responsibilities I have that only I am trained to do. I told my boss I was unhappy with this, and he gave me a book of financial management, told me to follow its advice and stop buying coffees. Chapter 1 of the book recommended you audit yourself financially and said that if you have budgeted well, trimmed extra expenses, and still couldn't reach your financial goals within your current income, seek a better job. So I'm following my boss' son's financial advice and looking for a new job. I've been sending resumes for over a week now. TLDR, boss who underpays me gave me a book and told me to follow its advice for financial success. First chapter told me to get a better paying job, so I will. Update. Thank you all for the well wishes and indignation. After I posted this, I got the first call for an interview. Not quite the position I want, but I sure hope they call my reference, my current boss. Okay, I also have some more advice for you. Since you're already seeking more jobs, first you need to follow the 3 P's. First one is presence, that you already have since you said that your job directly imparts the sales targets. Second one is necessity, that you also have since you're needed for a lot of those jobs and only you are trained to do so. And the final one is power. You have enough leverage to get a better raise from your boss, so maybe threaten him that if he doesn't give you the raise, you are already looking for other jobs, and hopefully that turns out well. By the way, I know it wasn't 3 P's, it was a joke, I just made this up, but I don't know, I hope you had fun with that thing. Now we're gonna go to r/entitledparents by user dextubs. Sorry, I can't say that, I will put it right now on the screen. Entitled parents shame teen mom for giving child up for adoption. This is not my story, but it's from my place of origin, Utah, so I'll share it. A few years ago, an 18-year-old girl gave her baby son up for adoption as her partner died in his sleep and she couldn't afford to raise her son alone. She made a video that he could watch when he's older. The video was hard to watch, and it must have been hard for her to make, as she was crying as she talked to him. I felt bad for her too, as it must have been a very hard decision for her to make, but apparently there are mombies and daddies who are willing to be years to her for it. Many called her a quitter, selfish, weak, or saying things like she shouldn't have sex, blah blah blah, and other types of slut shaming. Some obvious Karens bragged about how they never gave up on their kids when they were her age, shoving the "if you can do it, you can" BS down her throat. For God's sake, Karen, not everyone can handle every situation the same way. I bet those people also shame single parents who struggle to have food on the table. You can't win with these people who slut shamed her. Don't have kids, you're selfish. Get an abortion, you're selfish. Put him up for adoption, you're selfish. Actually try to erase it, you're selfish. Yeah, people in this world can't realize that not everyone is in the same situation and they just can't cope with every situation the same way. But it sucks, and I'm sorry for all those people who have to go through rough times like this. And those currents, maybe they should go to Alabama, maybe they're happy there now, and in a couple of years, with all the mutations, they will be even happier for not giving kids up for adoption or abortion. Yeah. Now we're gonna be going to rSlash Petty Revenge by user Dovakinoa. Try to steal my Spotify, prepare for a music battle. While I was busy at work, my laptop's Spotify started randomly playing Arabic pop and slow jazz. I hop in and see that there's a new phone connected I've never seen before. Before logging them out, I figure I'll have some fun. We have a back and forth of them picking a song, then I pick one after about 10 seconds of enjoying theirs. Their pop, jazz, whatever would swiftly be replaced with Never Gonna Give You Up, Hit Me Baby One More Time, and Bye Bye Bye. Okay, I know the 2 second songs don't sound like that, but I just went with it. Finally and strongly with My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark and All Time Rock and Roll before logging them out permanently. I don't think they learned their lesson, but it was so satisfying seeing them try to battle it out and failing. Also, for those wondering, I'd been lazy in changing the login from computer generated and used this opportunity to personalize login info to keep it from happening again. Okay, I really understand OP right now because this has happened before in my own home because I have a Spotify in my Xbox and sometimes I would find other people's with their names and I would just try to fill their playlist with things that they might not like, but especially it happened a lot with my YouTube in my Xbox. Like, I don't know how this happened, but my Xbox would turn on and suddenly start playing something Chinese or K-pop or something like that that I personally don't like or watch, and I would never be able to see who was the person before they logged out. And one day I just got the glimpse of the name and then went to the group chat I have for the whole floor of my building and find the person. I was like, hey, don't do that again. You do it basically every single day, every single time I'm watching something on YouTube, it will get changed. And I finally got to tell them to stop and it hasn't happened since, so I guess it worked. Now we're gonna go with some rSlash choosing beggars because of course we need some beggars in this video. I applied for an internship that advertised being paid. So I found a job listing for something that sounded like my dream job. The pay listed about $13 per hour and for someone my age, 18, without a lot of experience that sounded amazing. Like a dream come true. I get a response back and an interview was set up. Well, I get to the interview and it seems to be going great. She shows me around and I'm loving it. Well, when we sit down to talk, that's when things go downhill. She tells me, this was on the ad, that I have to work 30 hours a week. I said that wouldn't be a problem at all. I would be doing something that I love, right? She didn't ask if I would have a second job if I got picked. I said no and she drops the bomb. So you know this is a non-paid internship, right? At that point I knew I was gonna decline the offer. 30 hours a week for no pay? Are you serious? After the interview was over, I was still in shock. I looked at the ad again and after some long paragraphs at the very bottom of one that was completely unrelated, it said that it would be unpaid. I sent an email saying I won't take the job. If you advertise for a paid job and you aren't planning on paying, put it at the very top of the ad and not some unrelated paragraph halfway at the bottom of the page. Edit. Wow, that was a lot of mixed reaction. I looked at the ad again and they did change the ad and remove the hourly wage at the top. When I first found it, I did show my family and they remember seeing the hourly page and me talking about how I would get paid for helping kittens. They did rewrite the ad, but the note about being unpaid is still in the last sentence of the paragraph. It is in a more obvious place now than when I applied. Yeah, to be helping kittens for 13 an hour, it honestly sounds like a dream come true, like I would do that for free. I would love to just have a lot of kittens around. Even if I've never had a cat, I love kittens and cats. But yeah, it sucks because you probably had your hopes up and were dreaming about having this job and you had to turn it down because they weren't paying you. Well, and that's gonna be the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this minute Reddit, and if you enjoyed the kazoo, please let me know which song you want me to play next. And yeah, I hope you have a great day, hit like, subscribe, and stay chilly. See you soon.